Hi everyone, this is Maria from Poison Antidote and Sometimes Foodie, and I'm back with a short button video. So this is how I currently sort and store my buttons that I sell on Etsy or at Artist Alley. I use the same sorting system for both events, so if I'm selling in person at Artist Alley, I just take the bins with me. If I'm selling on Etsy, these are just how they sit in my room and wait for orders to need to be put together. So these came from Walmart. These are in their crafting section. They're just little divided bins, but the size of the little squares is perfect for 1.25 buttons, which is 1 1/4 size pinback buttons. I don't think you'd be able to fit too much larger in here. You'd probably be able to fit smaller, but when it comes to the pre-punched buttons or like the pre-punched designs, this is probably the perfect size for them. So this is one of my stickers. It's like a failed hollow sticker. I just put it on here because I didn't want it to go to waste. So inside, I have all these different compartments, and I have mine organized. This is my Sailor Moon compartment one, and I have 2 others underneath here. So for the most part, I try to have a stack of pre-cut out designs ready to go. Follow the same design. I try to have a few of the buttons actually ready to go for orders, so I'll make a couple of each button, maybe 2 or 3, and keep them on the surface. I've had a couple Etsy orders and I haven't had time to replenish, so I don't have as many pre-done ones as I would like. But I'd like to try to have a few options, so I'd like to have one of my normal ones and one of my hollow ones ready to go, and then several more of the cutout design, so I can quickly make more for orders or more to replace the ones that I need. So that's my system. I usually keep them separated by, this is like the Sailor Moon bin. This is like one-offs. My original art is also in this one. I also keep some small stickers of my smaller sticker orders in here. And this is another bin. And now in this one I have a couple Silica Packets. You can see a little silica gel packet. So you get these in a lot of clothing items, like you can find them in the pockets of coats or in shoes you may buy. And what this does is it keeps your items dry. I keep several of these silica packets in with my button parts, the parts that are not pressed into an actual button yet. And I keep several of them in these bins, and now that keeps all the moisture away. Moisture can cause rust, which is something I had with buttons I'd made about 10 years ago. I used to keep them in my basement, which my basement tends to be a little bit moist. And eventually they rusted. And not like to the point where they were terribly rusted, but little spots of rust started to peek through on the design, so you could see little spots of rust through the plastic, and the backs would have little spots and areas of rust. Now that's not great, you don't want to sell rusty buttons. But a way to get around that is silica packets. So these will keep things dry. So I keep that with my finished buttons, and I keep several of these packets in with my button parts to wick away moisture to prevent them from rusting. And it's really cheap and cost effective because either you can find these in the articles of clothing you already have, or you might have a few laying around the house, or you can just go to Walmart and kind of pull a couple from the example shoes that they have on the floor. It's a great way to cost effectively prevent your buttons from getting damaged. So that's it for this quick tip video. It's how I organize my buttons. These plastic containers come in really handy. They have a few other different sizes, but this is the perfect size for 1 1/4 buttons. You can fit several designs in each one. They're very flat, they take up very little space, and they look pretty nice. I mean, they look very sleek and organized when you have them all together at your table. So that's it for this quick tip. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.